You could just float the boat right here in the tank. Of course not, right? Because it's just the air that we breathe. Sulfur hexafluoride is going to come this way. It's invisible, but it's going to push all the lighter gas out. Kind of dumb looking at something that you can't see. Let's see if I can. It doesn't even smell any different. And my voice does. Oh, my voice does sound a little. Does my voice sound? Oh, it's getting there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to slowly take off the lid because I don't want to create any air currents. I think that this is now filled with a really heavy gas. Will you pick up the boat? Okay, here's the secret. Hold on to it here like this. You hold on to that end. Okay, ready? Let's just set it in here like this. And we're going to let go. Ready, set, let go. It's floating on a sea of sulfur hexafluoride.
So cool.
Does that look like magic or what? All right, so I want you to sink the ship. Ready? Reach down here and scoop up some gas. Does that feel dumb that you're scooping up gas? Now pour it in here. Did you see that? Do it again. Scoop up some more gas. Now slowly pour it inside. Do you see it? There it is.
Yes.
You sank it.
Então aqui são hastes que podem oscilar, né? Então tem massas em locais diferentes. Então cada um tem uma frequência natural de oscilação. Por exemplo, eu tenho esse pêndulo, né? Que ele oscila naturalmente nesse período, nessa frequência. Então, se eu quiser fazer esse pêndulo, por exemplo, e todas elas que tenham a mesma frequência de oscilação, eu tenho que forçar a oscilar nessa frequência, para que ele entre em ressonância, né? Então vamos lá, eu vejo qual é a frequência e eu faço então uma oscilação na base com a frequência que ele gosta.
Para ver quem é que entra
em
muito
ressonância.
Interessante também. É, quem entra em ressonância.
As outras praticamente não absorvem, né? Energia nenhuma.
Interessante. Muito interessante.
Agora essa daqui, por exemplo, eu vejo qual é a frequência dele. Ela é uma frequência um pouco maior, né? Então eu vejo...
Essas duas aqui que devem ter.
Na verdade, essas três.
Fantástica. Fantástica.
Agora essas...
E agora essas outras duas.
Isso.
Aqui, né?
Aí eu vejo qual é a frequência natural dele.
Olha
né?
só.
Ou seja, eu consigo sintonizar, né? Sintonizar a frequência de forma que eu faça oscilar naquela frequência que ele gosta de oscilar.
Essas duas têm praticamente a mesma frequência de ressonância. Então, o que você está fazendo aqui é fazendo elas entrarem em ressonância. Né?
A gente chama isso de sintonizar. Estou sintonizando a frequência para que só aquelas que eu quero que oscile receba a minha energia. Né? Isso é feito com circuitos elétricos, inclusive.
Muito interessante.
You know something that's kind of cool? What I have here is a hunk of aluminum and some electromagnets, which are magnets that you can turn on and off electricity. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a motor. Well, this is a special kind of motor. It's called a three-phase induction motor. It uses alternating current to spin a rotor without any electrical connections. And it does that through induction. In my previous video, I talked about how metal, like this, aluminum, it's not magnetic itself in any way, but it opposes changes in magnetic fields. So if this just turned on, let's say, North Pole, just this one electromagnet, this would sort of line up like this and stop. But what happens in a three-phase motor is that turns on, and then it switches to south, and this becomes north. This starts to align, then it switches, then it starts to align, then it switches, and it keeps going. So you can see these three colors. And so what you end up getting is continuous rotation of the rotor in the middle using induction only. It's not magnetic at all in its own nature, but through induction it is, and you get a motor that can spin without any connections. This is very useful. It's used in industry. There's all kinds of really good applications for three-phase AC induction motors. And you can see it spinning for quite a while because it's fairly low friction once it gets up and it spins. Physics is pretty fun.
This water represents the rain we get during monsoon season. The rain comes by, wets the soil would soak it up just like that. This next step, this is the wind. The wind comes by and it blows over a whole new layer. That's why when you guys look at the sandstone, it's not just whole one layer, it's layer on layer. The rain comes back again, repeats the process, and it just keeps happening over and over again for millions of years. As this keeps on going on, the weight of all the dry and wet sand begins to compress and compile down. So over time, yeah, it will start to compress down. This is the last time I'm putting it on, right there. So as all this soaks in, the time and the weight starts to pressurize it like this. Then as time goes on, it gets covered underneath all this sand, making all these sand dunes. As time goes on and a huge windstorm comes through, it'll remove all the sand, but leave the new sandstone.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. So because of this, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why we have this type of stuff. Look at that. It fell. So when you guys are here, look, you're able to pick it up. When you look at it, look at all those layers. Same thing with the canyon. So this next step, oh, there we go. It kept the shape. This next step, this is how it looks like when we get the flash floods. Hold on, hold on. I dug it in a little too much. Dig it back out. Oh, there we go. So right here, this is now the floods. When the floods come through, the floods act like a hot butter knife and just cuts through. Over time, yeah, it gets deeper and deeper. Other than that, it's just the water shaping it out. See how it gets wide? Then when you go back through, go really slow. It gets deeper. Yeah, that's how long these canyons form. That's when you look at it, it's not just one single layer. Every time it goes through, it gets deeper and deeper.